1.5%. A few years ago, Australia's government ran one of the largest natural experiments ever conducted on human ambition. It made humanities degrees dramatically more expensive and science and technology degrees dramatically cheaper. The logic was simple: change the price, change the choice. University of Melbourne researchers went and measured how many students actually changed their degree. 1.5%. 98.5% of young people looked at the new prices and chose the same future anyway. By the end of this episode, you will see why that number quietly breaks the entire skills debate, why the safe career choice is backfiring on the generation that made it, and why every plan built on the idea that people follow incentives keeps failing at national level and inside your organization. Because people do not choose degrees or jobs or retraining programs, they choose selves. And almost nothing in how we manage work is built to handle that. Stay with me, because that one number explains failures that governments and employers keep repeating, and it lands on two people at once: the person who made the sensible choice and is now watching it stop being sensible, and the person designing the incentives and wondering why nobody moves. My name is Hannah Oller. I have worked in two of the most demanding worlds in Britain: corporate law and finance on one side, children and family social work on the other. And I build frameworks for who people become when their work changes shape. Here is what is at stake if this goes unnamed. A generation was told which choices were safe. They made them, and the ground moved anyway. And because nobody is naming what actually drives choice, the fixes on offer cannot work, not at scale, not for one person. Go back to that Australian experiment because it deserves more than a headline. Every economic model says it should have worked. Make the thing cheaper, more people will choose it. It works for flights, works for groceries. It did not work for degrees, barely at all. And the reason is hiding in plain sight. A degree is not a purchase. It is a declaration of who you believe you are. The 18-year-old choosing history over engineering is not weighing fee schedules. They are answering a question they may never say out loud. Who am I? And what is someone like me for? You cannot discount your way past that question. A government changed the price of the future, and 98.5% of young people chose the same future anyway. That is the finding every workforce plan keeps ignoring. People do not choose careers, they choose selves. Identity precedes choice, and any transition designed as if people were calculators, national or organizational, will keep being politely, quietly ignored. Now put that finding next to a second one, because together they tell the real story. For a decade, governments across the world, from Australia to Indonesia to Japan to here, have pushed young people toward one kind of future: technical, scientific, the safe bet, the sure thing. And then the tools arrived, and the work they automated first was not the messy human work, it was the structured, technical, rule following work: coding, analysis, translation, administration, the exact outputs a generation was steered toward. Reporters covering Asia's labor markets have started saying it plainly. The push towards the safe degrees may be backfiring Because the work proving hardest to automate is the work of reading a room, holding a relationship, sitting with someone in a difficult moment, and knowing what to do. Hold the irony gently because it lands on real people. The choice sold as safe is the one being automated, and the capacities dismissed as soft are becoming the premium skills of the next decade. And if you want proof that identity, not skill, is the thing deciding outcomes, look at Indonesia. UNESCO data from last year found that around 35 to 37% of Indonesian women enroll in science and technology degrees. The ambition is there. The capability is there. The training happens. 8% make it into the workforce. Those degrees lead to 8. Nearly 30 points of qualified, willing people vanish between the classroom and the career. That is not a skills gap. The skills were built. It is what happens when two versions of life are declared incompatible. The professional self, the degree promised, and the self that the world expects them to be. And nobody offers a map between the two. A skills gap gets a training budget. An identity gap gets silence. And silence is what we keep funding. So let me speak first to the person this lands on. You did the sensible thing. You may have set something down to do it. A subject you loved, a direction that felt like you, because everyone agreed this was the safe road. And now the safe road is being resurfaced right under your feet. And somewhere private, a verdict is forming. I chose badly. I should have seen it coming. Let me correct the record. You did not choose badly. You chose with the information an entire system gave you, and the system changed. The interruption is structural. The becoming is still yours. And the part of you that was set down, the reader of rooms, the holder of relationships, the one people bring things to, the data now says that part was never the backup plan. It may be the most durable thing you have. If this is naming something for you, subscribe, because this series exists to ask the question the workforce debate keeps skipping. Now to the question leading through this. Every transformation plan I have seen has the same quiet assumption that people are economic actors. Offer the incentive, provide the training, publish the pathway, and people will move. Australia just ran that assumption at national scale and moved 1.5% of people. Your reskilling program is running the same assumption right now. The people not signing up are not resistant or lazy or failing to see the strategy. They are being asked to become someone else. And the plan has budgeted nothing for that. People do not resist the new system. They grieve the old self. It looks identical from the outside. It needs the opposite response. This is why I built the becoming map. 3 stages. A before self, which is the person the old choice was made by. A liminal space, the in-between where the old certainty has gone and the new self has not yet formed. And an emerging self, who someone is becoming, if the transition is navigated rather than endured. Nations are trying to move people between futures with price signals. Organizations are trying with training catalogs. Both keep discovering the same thing. You cannot incentivize someone out of who they believe they are. You can only help them become someone new on purpose with a map. So here is the question this episode leaves you with. Wherever you sit, leading a team, advising a government, or holding a choice you made in good faith, what would your plans look like if they were built for identity actors, not economic ones? Tell me in the comments where this found you. The choice, the incentive, or the plan. I read everyone. My name is Hannah Ola. This is Who Are You Becoming? And the question is not rhetorical.